Hey everyone, it's Thursday the 22nd. A little more update on the Kodak situation. From what it seems online and some other videos on YouTube, this is a very widespread problem, the vertical lines that I mentioned. Some people are saying that the camera line issue has been fixed, but it has in fact been not by the firmware. It's kind of weird that people don't realize this. The people are like, oh, well, the wine's fixed, check it out in this video, and there's obviously a wine in the video. As far as the vertical lines goes, a couple other users on YouTube have said it's because of a transition from low light to highlight, or bright spots in low situations, or dark spots in, highlight situations. I sort of encountered it everywhere. I mean, I'm not being picky, but I'm trying to watch a video that I shot outside during the day, and not when it's been raining or anything, but pretty bright, and I can see it on every shot. Like I said, I'll have to scour the SD card. I've already sent the camera back, so I can't really do much else with it, but I can check some other shots with the SD card I have and see if I can upload anything that maybe shows it a little better. But this isn't every shot. Now I realize these pocket cameras are not for picture aficionados, and I realize their low light settings aren't supposed to be that great, and I'm not trying to be overly picky, but for instance with the Ultra HD that I'm using right now, it's grainy, a little grainy in low light, and you lose some detail, but I don't have these lines all over the screen. I don't have these lines all over the screen right now. I don't have any audio issues. For a camera you're going to spend $200, I don't think it's picky at all that you should be, content to have these lines and defects and everything like that. It really ruins the video quality. And the reason I bought the Zi8 was because it was supposed to have a better video quality. Now, I'm sure that the actual video quality, the colors are better when you can notice it, and the clarity of the actual image, the subject you're focusing on, I would assume is better. But the problem is you have all these lines everywhere, and it kind of ruins the whole thing. Again, I think this is a really widespread problem, and I think you're not hearing about it as much because I think certain people picking up the camera, and this is not in any way an insult, I think they just don't realize it because they're not looking for it, or maybe it's because they're just sort of content where it's like, oh, it's a $200 camera, what can I expect from it? Well, you should expect a hell of a lot more from it. Kodak really dropped the ball on this one. They sent out this buggy product, and I don't think a firmware is going to fix it. I think anybody that does have this problem and knows about the problem, they shouldn't be waiting for a firmware. They shouldn't be waiting for a repair. They shouldn't be thinking about it. I would say don't even exchange it, because exchanging it, in my situation, I had it repaired and it still didn't work. Other people, again on YouTube and Amazon, they've exchanged it, same problems. So I think it's pretty widespread. One of the other videos I saw, and I'm really sorry, I don't remember the YouTube handle, or else I would, give a shout out. But one of the other videos I saw said, wait until 2010. I'd say, use people's experience and wait, until it's fixed. It could be fixed by the end of the year. It could be fixed by 2010. It couldn't be fixed at all. I don't see it as a firmware thing. This is obviously a problem, with the sensor or the hardware. Otherwise, when I sent it in, it would have been fixed. They probably replaced it with another defective sensor. That's probably what happened. Or they replaced the power flex and CPU or something like that. either way, defective, and they replaced it again, and it was defective. So, I don't really know what to tell you. Like I said, I've asked Kodak to sort of prove me wrong on this one, you know. I'm not saying give me a free camera. If you wanted to give me a free camera and have me test it out, I would totally post another video and say, you know what, Kodak, you proved me wrong. This is an awesome camera. I really want that camera to work. But the problem is I'm not going to gamble on it with my own money. You know, I don't want to send it in and have them send me a new one, and then I'm still out $200, and I have to go through this whole thing again, this whole returns process and customer service thing, you know, when I could just be having my money back. So I think I'm just going to take the money, and I think I'm going to, you know, invest in something else, or hold off. You know, again, I'd love for Kodak to prove me wrong. You know, even if they sent me a lender or a review copy, you know, I'd love it. If they sent me a working review copy and I could test it out and see it worked perfectly fine for a consistent period, like a week, I would so totally say, here's my $200 back, congratulations. The customer service still needs a lot of work, but that would go a long way to fixing a ton of problems I have with the company as a whole. Just a mess, you know. And I'm kind of torn now because, you know, all these people are having these problems, and I would say, you know, just return it. You know, I feel really bad when people, you know, customer service people reach out and try to, you know, help me and, you know, see what the problem is and fix it for me. And I have to turn around and say, no, I'm fed up, I'm done. You know, it comes off as slightly disrespectful, but I don't think it's wrong because as a consumer, I shouldn't have to deal with this. I shouldn't have had to deal with it from the first place. But, you know, I would say, I don't want to cause a big thing, but I'd say stay away. And if you have it, return it now. As long as you're under the warranty, return that thing. Because if you don't have the problems now, I can almost guarantee you're probably going to have the problems later. From what it looks like, all the firmware upgrades, if you ever upgrade the firmware, are actually bringing about other problems while fixing some problems. So it's going to be a long kind of road for this camera to work. But again, we'll see when I get my return money, and maybe I'll post another product review if I buy something else. I'll post a non-Kodak related video later today. I'm off. It's overcast outside. You know, good day to post some videos, maybe some reviews. I gotta finish up Brutal Legends still. Sorry about that. Anyway, have a good day. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below. Thanks a lot.